A little while ago, we posted a short about the weirdest character to win a PM Major. We gave the award to Kais, with his Charizard winning Shipwrecked in 2021. A comment we received on that was, why not Bowser? Fan of the Premier Smash mod in 2019 will remember Bowser winning a major, and we will get to chat with the PM legend that won with him in just a little bit. Surely that's a weirder character to have won a major than Charizard, right? Well, the reason why we didn't pick Bowser is because he's actually won 2 majors. What do you think of when you think of Bowser? Like in any Smash game. He's a big-bodied heavy, pretty slow, usually packed in with some gimmick, and for the most part in Project M, he's the exact same. Of course, he has that PM flair of some custom attributes that make him unique, but competitively, he's definitely still seen in a similar way to the vanilla games. In order to see how a character like this could be winning majors, we need to take a journey all the way back to 2013. Before we get started, are y'all subscribed? Just the red button right down there. Can you just take a look really quick? And then right next to it, the like button. Can you just press, you got it? Thanks guys. All right, I appreciate it. Back to the video. The tournament is Big House 3. The game is Project M Demo 2.6. The player is Kirk. Kirk Richards was one of the strongest players in the first era of Project M, the demo era. There's not a lot of well-documented history about the pre-3.0 years of the game, but through researching old Smashboards threads and watching the tournaments that were preserved, this era was filled with its own storylines, rivalries, and a budding metagame. Some of the main regions of the game during this era were New York, MDVA, Texas, and Illinois. Texas and Illinois specifically seem to have a regional rivalry, which culminated in a few tournament clashes between the two regions. Kirk was one of the top dogs in Illinois, originally a Brawl Ike player enjoying this brand new mod. He was joined in PM's first years by other iconic Illinois players like Scythe, Oro, Rat, and players we still see to this day like Metroid, O'Reilly, and Ripple. Big House 3 was featuring some serious heavy hitters at the time. Hungrybox, Mewtwo King, Oracle, Jaden, and more were all in attendance, easily making this the second major in PM history after Melee FC. Kirk was the something seed. Seriously, how the hell do you read these TO brackets? In his path, he defeated PM Pioneer J Caesar, Hungrybox, Oracle, and Jaden to punch in his ticket into Winterside Grands. His opponent would actually be Pika-Chad, who after losing to Oracle himself went on a loser's run, defeating SFAT, Hungrybox, Rat, Mewtwo King, and Jaden.
Needs a grab.
Yeah, raw forward air. That takes
sorry, I'm so sorry, Vance.
You know what this means? You know what 2 characters are in Grand Finals?
The classic matchup.
The classic. It's Mario Bowser. The Marth, like, being systematic in his edge guarding.
Okay. Oh,
But he just yells.
how did that even happen?
That's it.
Yep.
Pretty convincing. Even with the suicides, that was still looking like a dominant performance.
Yeah.
Ooh. Ooh. Wow. That was an incredible edge guard.
Yeah.
0 to death. Ooh, wake up.
Yeah, he was not able to get the grab or anything. There it is. No, the platform saved
no.
him. Oh, and Kirk just won.
Wow.
Oh man, the hype in this room right now.
Kirk would go on to defeat Pika-Chad in Grands, cementing himself as the second major winner ever for Project M, doing it all with solo Bowser. But how did he do it? Let's boot up a PM demo version to take a look at this creature. First of all, the elephant in the room. He's huge. Bowser was shrunk by about 6% in PM 3.6, but before then, he towered above pretty much everyone in the cast. It's definitely a mixed bag, having larger hitboxes, but also being even easier to combo. Well, that would be the case if it weren't for the fact that Bowser had armor on just about everything. Dash attack, armor. Nair, armor. Down tilt, armor. I believe Big House 3 was on demo 2.6, but on earlier versions, Bowser even had armor on back air, down air, and up B as well. Couple that with the massive grab ranges he was given, Bowser was an absolute demon. Kirk wasn't the only one that knew this. Bowser was one of the most popular characters in the demo era. C-Mart, the initial designer of Bowser, entered quite the handful of large events, along with O'Reilly actually having a decent Bowser secondary back then as well. But Kirk was absolutely the best of the bunch. And after chatting with Metroid about the demo era, I can understand why. He said, people weren't as good at the game and didn't punish nearly as hard as they did today, whereas Bowser relied on capitalizing bad positions. Kirk as a player was also really smart and made really good callouts, which netted him early kills from fair edge guards or up air jump reads. So in the early meta, when nobody had fully mastered their characters yet, especially ones that were constantly changing with updates, Kirk and Bowser found success on hard reads and devastating positional punishes. Things which you don't need great execution to hit, but great skill as a player. After the demo era concluded with the release of PM 3.0, Bowser fell in line with the rest of the cast. His grab range was toned down along with some of his moves being less strong. In 3.5, he received a slew of damage nerfs and landed just about where we expect him. A low tier with a few dedicated reps, but not a character seen winning a lot of large tournaments. That would remain true up until the ending of what would be Project M, a couple years into its last version, 3.6. Some dedicated community members were aiming to pick up where the team left off, and thus came Project Plus. The early days of Project Plus came with some experimentation. Similarly to the original Project M, it wouldn't have its full release until 2020, with version 2.0 and the introduction of Knuckles. But before then, many tournaments were trying out its in-development versions, with its own balance changes and quality of life tweaks. This is when Bowser crashed to the top once again. Meet Malachi. He's really good at Project M. So good that we listed him as the second greatest player of all time. And there's a pretty strong debate he might actually be number one. He's won so many major tournaments over the years, and at this point in our story, he's just won Smash and Splash 5 over Tech Boy.
This is it! Malachi is your Smash and Splash 5 champion!
As he shakes his hand, the commentators exclaim that he's won the last ever Project M tournament.
Winning the last ever Project M tournament and finally coming out on top at a huge event.
That's because at this point, the community was ready to make the complete switch over to the P Plus development versions.
Yeah, I am super biased. I liked it because I had problems with 3.6. Like 3.6 to me, while it was great, it was like a very obviously like unfinished product. Like the meta in 3.6 evolved in a way to where it was like, okay, the game wasn't done. And so I was super hyped about like just like the fact that we'd be switching to another version.
With his early adoption and excitement for what would become Project Plus, Malachi was led on as an early playtester for a small handful of characters. One of them in particular, he noticed had some issues.
My main three characters I was playing, I was like four actually. I was playing Bowser, Zero Suit, Pit, and Ganon. Just for full context, I like did not play Bowser in 3.6 like almost ever. Right? He was probably like my bottom three played like characters among the cast. But when I played him, I'm like, oh, this character's a monster. Like before, Bowser was like significantly slower and didn't have a projectile, right? And so they changed his like threat zone to be so much more. They made his command grab longer too, so it's like he could threaten more when you're shielding. They just made him more like oppressive. Like you get two reads, like, oh, I read someone attacking off the ledge and they're instantly dead at 50. Like that's messed up. He did have that to some extent in 3.6, but I think making his overall kit better just exacerbated the good points of it and made the bad parts of Bowser less exploitable.
This all took place in the summer of 2019. With a majority of his recent playtime spent testing these rebalanced characters, an interesting thought arose for the upcoming major, Blacklisted 5.
I wish I had this elaborate story where I was like, oh, I'm gonna show the world about Bowser. I played him. We had like a regional in New York. I went to a tournament. I was like, oh, I'm bored, and so I just played Bowser because I had been playing him a little bit, and then I won. And I was like, oh, that was kind of funny. I'm just gonna do that Blacklisted because Blacklisted was maybe like 2 or 3 weeks after that. I'm just gonna like mess around and like play him in like pools or whatever because it's like fun. I think in my pool was Saber, and I was like, I think I could be Saber with Bowser.
Him and the people who worked on Bowser for the changes that they made.
Yeah, by the way, he's dead here.
He is dead. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
He's dead. Taking the stage positioning. Anyway, oh my god!
Just the worst.
So I played Bowser and I won. And then like all the rounds was just me going like, I think I could win with Bowser. And so I just played Bowser.
He used to keep his glide if you hit him a certain number of frames. Another full punish, by the way.
Yeah.
If you hit Pit out of his glide.
Oh, Nunchables just quits out of his first match. Anyone's game. Huge swing. Oh,
Shield drop
shield
over
drop.
there.
That's the classic. Full roll. I think he hasn't used much of that before Bowser gets the fireball. He bites. There's a little bit of combos he can pull off with that. All right, here we go. Oh, nice stuff. Oh, he threw himself off.
And then by the time I was in like, I like blinked and I was in winners finals. And I was like, what's happening? Why am I still winning?
Sorry.
Oh, he bumped his head.
Malachi's back in the game. Dash attack and laser. Got tech chase. Yep, this is big. Is he gonna? Okay, he just resets his
Good
situation.
mix up.
Super good. Yeah.
Oh, let's go!
That was sick. Like that really subtle angle he needed to get to ledge. Oh my God!
The
Nice
dash
tech
tag
chase.
opened up so much. Yeah, the dash tag's really good because it's gonna beat those lasers. And
Light mighty beats.
yeah, exactly. Still tanky.
That's it. Finally got the shot to
Malachi,
jump
Grand
up.
Finals of Bowser, dude.
baby! It's the reign of Bowser.
After taking a slew of top player wins with Bowser, unexpected to even himself, Malachi reaches winner's side of Grands.
Yeah, okay, honestly, by Thomas, by Thomas, I thought was gonna just 6-0 on me, and I was gonna be like, oh, that's fun. But by that point, I couldn't switch. I was too locked in. I like had just played like friendlies with a friend's DK, and so that's like one of like the 5 matchup experience I had with Bowser, and then it came in handy like crazy because I learned the setup where you can up throw and then command grab spike him, and by the ledge that just kill that 40. You can't really do anything about it, especially if he DIs out because he wouldn't know. So that was like one of the few matchups I actually knew.
Command grab out of him. Yeah. That's super good. I mean, like, oh my God, is he dead? Is he dead? Oh, we killed him!
Slick.
Guaranteed damage.
Oh my
Fall
God.
down the
Only down B he does.
Yo, he's armoring one Nair
With the dash attack.
with the dash attack. Yo, is he dead? He's
dead.
freaking dead.
Here it comes. He's dead.
Bowser wins a Project Plus National, baby!
I thought Thomas was just gonna 6-0 me. I beat Thomas's ass, and I was like, what just happened? All of a sudden, Bowser won, and I was like, oh, okay. It was like I woke up from a fever dream, and I was like, oh, I just won, that's it.
Malachi emerges the victor of Blacklisted 5. A silly experiment that far exceeded any expectation, Bowser just won his second major, and Malachi just won his second Blacklisted. Notably, Malachi doesn't play a single game of Bowser in tournament after this.
Fun fact, I have no love for Bowser. So after the patch, I did not play that character much at all. Bowser's a little one-dimensional, also very easily exploitable. I will say that if I ran into some people during Blacklisted, I had 0% chance of beating them. If you're the type of player that will just like no nonsense Bowser, he kind of falls apart a little bit. Even in that patch, I felt like that was one of his weaknesses. For example, like DVD, 0% chance. I was not beating Brian ever with Bowser. Like he would not stand for it. He was fun, but he was fun for that tournament. Otherwise, I got a little bored of him.
When we asked Malachi if this could ever happen again, using a secret counter pick riding the coattails of a patch to win a major, this is what he had to say.
No. No. I think that was the perfect storm for Bowser to just be a menace. I don't think that really works for PM. I don't know if you play like other fighting games, but like Leroy from Tekken. I don't know if you're familiar, but like that character was like significantly better than the rest of the characters in the game, and I think he like had like at least 5 slots in top 8. It might have been 6 in Evo. Like the character was just amazing. I don't think anything like that could be close to PM because I think PM's balance is too close. But I do think there is like a thing, like we were talking about with Kevin's DDD, where it's like a character can change a lot with a player. And it's like you think you know how to play against the character, and then you're like, oh, I kind of didn't know how to play against this character because this person is playing it completely differently.
After Blacklisted 5, Malachi switched back to his traditional mains. He actually incorporated Zero Suit Samus into his lineup for multiple years very successfully, but P+ Bowser fell back in line once again. He was ranked 32nd on the first P+ tier list and 35th on the most recent one. He also had no top 50 representatives until the most recent PM rank, with Shiny Zubat's secondary Bowser he used for 1 of 2 sets. That statistic might change, however. This is Imogen Heat, formerly known as Thalia, a Fox player from Massachusetts. They're no stranger to the top level of P+. They've been a national threat for multiple seasons now, making many regional and even some major top 8s over the last few years. On PM Rank 2024, they climbed to the top 20 for the first time. But instead of continuing that steady climb with their current repertoire, they decided to make a major switch. At the beginning of the year, Imogen Heat swapped to Bowser, and has done incredibly well locally. On top of that, they've already gotten some wins at ranked events versus Triforce Tramp Stamp and Evil Lesbian as well. This has already probably been the most successful usage of Bowser since P+'s release, and for those of us interested in see how far this beast can go, Imogen Heat might be the ticket for Bowser to reach the top once again. This is still the very early days for them, however, and with only a few events left in the year, we might have to wait a little bit and see the true limits of the current P+ Bowser. But with a new committed high-level representative, Bowser could regain his brief former glory once again, and this time, have it stay. Hope you all enjoyed this brief history lesson and one of our favorite stories from P+. Always be sure to check out plusside.net to see if there's an upcoming PM tournament near you, and thanks for watching. Special shoutouts to everybody who supports us over on Patreon. Want to give a special thanks to Malachi for taking the time to interview with us. If you want to see our full conversation, it's live right now on our Patreon page linked in the description below. So check it out if you want to see videos early and special side content like that interview with Malachi. Thanks.
Oh, his DD the demon. Oh my god.
I
played that DDD. I was like, I can't win. What is